Have you ever wondered what's truly going on inside the female mind? It's a landscape often portrayed as mysterious and complex, a puzzle that has captivated poets, artists, and scientists for centuries. But what if we could peel back some of those layers, not with guesswork, but with actual scientific research and psychological studies? Welcome to our deep dive into the fascinating world of female psychology. Today, we're moving beyond cliches and stereotypes to explore some genuinely surprising and eye-opening facts about women. We'll be navigating the intricate corridors of attraction, the emotional dynamics of relationships, and the often misunderstood aspects of female sexuality. The information we're about to share isn't just random trivia. These are insights gathered from numerous studies and psychological observations that shed light on how women think, feel, and connect with the world around them. From the way they process attraction to the subtle biological and psychological factors that influence their desires, we're embarking on a journey to better understand the female experience. Whether you're a woman looking to understand yourself better, a man hoping to gain a deeper appreciation for the women in your life, or simply someone curious about the incredible complexities of human behavior, you're in the right place. We've compiled a list of some of the most compelling psychological facts that might just change the way you see things. So, get comfortable and prepare to have your curiosity sparked. Let's begin exploring the intricate and amazing mind of a woman. When it comes to attraction, first impressions are everything, but for women, this evaluation process can be remarkably swift and deeply intuitive. Forget the idea of long, drawn-out courtships being the only way to gauge a connection. Research suggests that in a conversation lasting just over half an hour, a woman can develop a surprisingly strong sense of whether a potential partner has what it takes for a lasting, durable relationship. Within those 35 minutes, her mind is subconsciously processing cues about values, humor, intelligence, and emotional stability. It's a rapid, holistic assessment of compatibility that goes far beyond surface-level charm. Even more striking is the speed at which initial physical attraction is determined. In as little as 15 minutes, a woman often knows whether that essential spark of chemistry is present. This isn't a conscious checklist, but rather an instinctual response to a combination of factors, including body language, tone of voice, and overall presence. If that initial connection isn't felt within that short window, it can be challenging to build it later. This rapid evaluation process hints at a deeper psychological truth. For many women, the quality of the connection is paramount. This isn't just a romantic notion. It has a profound and measurable impact on their physical and emotional experience. One of the most compelling statistics in this area reveals that women report feeling a staggering 79% more pleasure during sexual intimacy with a partner they love, compared to a casual encounter. This isn't a minor preference, it's a massive shift in experience. Why such a dramatic difference? It boils down to the psychology of trust and emotional safety. When a woman is with a partner she loves, her mind is at ease. The anxiety and uncertainty that can accompany a casual encounter are replaced by a sense of security and vulnerability. This emotional state allows her nervous system to relax, making her body far more receptive to pleasure and arousal. The act becomes less about performance and more about a shared, meaningful experience. This psychological state has a direct impact on the physical response, particularly when it comes to the female orgasm. The difference in the time it takes for a woman to reach climax is a perfect illustration of this mind-body connection. In a casual setting, it might take a woman up to 20 minutes to reach an orgasm, as her body and mind work to navigate a new and less emotionally secure environment. However, when she is with a long-term, beloved partner, that time frame can be cut in half or even more, often shrinking to between 5 and 10 minutes. The emotional intimacy and trust built over time act as a powerful catalyst, allowing her to let go and experience pleasure more freely and quickly. Of course, a woman's interest and intentions can also be communicated through more subtle, preparatory actions. While not a universal rule, behavior can often provide a window into expectation. For example, a simple act of grooming, like shaving or waxing before a date, can be a significant signal. While it's also about personal preference and feeling confident, it often indicates that she is preparing for the possibility of the evening leading to intimacy. It suggests an openness and a readiness to be vulnerable, should the connection prove to be as strong as she hopes. It's a small detail, but one that speaks volumes about the intersection of preparation, confidence, and desire. The landscape of female sexuality is rich and varied, extending far beyond what is commonly discussed. It begins in the deepest parts of the mind, even when we're not conscious of it. Let's start with the world of dreams. According to some psychological research, women tend to have more explicitly sexual dreams than men. While the exact reason for this is still debated, it suggests that the female subconscious is a vibrant space where desires, fantasies, and emotional connections are actively processed and explored, even during sleep. It's a testament to an inner world that is constantly weaving narratives of connection and intimacy. This internal world of desire often manifests in surprising ways in our waking lives, particularly when it comes to personality. There's a fascinating paradox that psychologists have observed. Women who are socially shy or introverted are often reported to be more adventurous and uninhibited in the bedroom. Conversely, women who are more extroverted and outgoing in their daily lives may be more reserved and timid during intimate moments. What could explain this? For a shy woman, the bedroom can become a sanctuary, a safe and private space where she feels free to express a side of herself that she keeps hidden from the world. It's an arena where vulnerability is shared, not judged. For the extrovert, who expresses herself openly in all other aspects of life, the same need for a specific, private outlet might not be as pronounced. And this very expression of sexuality has a compelling link to overall well-being. Studies have found a correlation between women who are more sexually adventurous, or as some might put it, wilder, and stronger psychological health. This isn't about recklessness. It's about confidence and a lack of inhibition. A willingness to explore one's desires and communicate them openly often goes hand in hand with higher self-esteem, less anxiety, and a greater sense of self-acceptance. Sexual freedom, in this context, is a reflection of a woman's comfort in her own skin, and that confidence radiates into all other areas of her life. When we talk about the physical manifestation of this sexuality, the orgasm is often seen as the ultimate goal. But even here, there are nuances. For instance, some research indicates that women in their 20s may have an easier time reaching orgasm compared to women in later stages of life. This could be due to a combination of factors, including peak hormonal levels, fewer accumulated societal inhibitions, and a period of intense sexual discovery. However, one of the most fundamental facts about the female orgasm is that it is rarely a purely mechanical event. It's a holistic experience. A helpful way to understand this is to think of the female sexual response not as a switch to be flipped, but as a symphony to be conducted. Every part of the experience, the emotional connection, the preliminary touches, the kisses, the whispered words, are all instruments playing their part. The final crescendo is powerful precisely because of the beautiful music that came before it. Foreplay isn't just a warm-up, it's an essential part of the composition. And for the men watching, being the confident conductor of that symphony is key. But we know that for millions of men, concerns about performance can get in the way of that confidence. Issues with achieving and maintaining a rock-solid erection aren't just frustrating, they can impact the deep connection and pleasure we've been talking about. That's why we wanted to share something truly remarkable we came across. It's a bizarrely simple, all-natural home remedy that thousands of men are now using to restore the kind of powerful, long-lasting erections they had in their youthful prime. This has nothing to do with dangerous pills. It's a completely different approach that addresses the real root of the problem. If this is something you'd like to know more about, you can watch a short, private video that explains exactly how it works. Just point your phone's camera at the QR code on your screen right now. It will take you straight to the presentation. We've also pinned a link for you at the very top of the comments section. Alright, now let's get back to our exploration of female pleasure. This is why a deep, emotional connection, as we discussed earlier, is such a powerful amplifier for pleasure. The entire process, from start to finish, contributes to the climax. Digging deeper into the physiology of female pleasure, we find that it's more complex than just the clitoris or the G-spot. There is another, lesser-known, but incredibly powerful erogenous zone called the A-spot, or the anterior fornix erogenous zone. Located deep within the vagina, near the cervix, the A-spot is a highly sensitive area that, when stimulated, can produce intense pleasure and trigger profound physiological responses. It is considered a key to excellent natural lubrication, as its stimulation can prompt the release of fluids that make the entire experience more comfortable and pleasurable. For some women, the A-spot is also the gateway to experiencing continuous orgasms and even female ejaculation. This brings us to one of the most mythologized and misunderstood aspects of female sexuality: female ejaculation. For a long time, it was debated whether it was even real. But science has confirmed it absolutely is, though it doesn't happen for every woman. Unlike male ejaculation, which involves semen, the female orgasm can, for some, result in the expulsion of a clear, odorless fluid from the Skene's glands, which are sometimes referred to as the female prostate. This fluid is not urine, and it's not the same as the lubricating fluid produced during arousal. It's a distinct substance that is released during the peak of orgasm. Because it is a clear liquid and does not leave stains, it's often a very subtle event that can go unnoticed. Understanding this is crucial, as it demystifies a natural bodily function and affirms the diverse ways women experience pleasure. The female body is a place of incredible potential, with pathways to pleasure that are still being fully understood and appreciated. The complexities of the female mind and body continue to reveal themselves in a variety of fascinating behaviors and biological realities. Let's start with a topic that has historically been shrouded in taboo, but is a perfectly normal part of life for many women: the intersection of menstruation and sexuality. While cultural norms have often dictated that sex during a woman's period is off limits, the reality is quite different. According to one survey, a significant 82% of women have had sex during their menstrual cycle. For many, this isn't a compromise but a preference. The increased blood flow to the pelvic region can heighten sensitivity, and the natural lubrication can make the experience more comfortable. Furthermore, orgasms can be a powerful, natural remedy for menstrual cramps, as the uterine contractions can help alleviate pain. This high percentage shows that for the vast majority of women, their cycle is not a barrier to intimacy, and in some cases, it can even enhance it. Modern tools have also reshaped the landscape of female self-pleasure and, by extension, partnered sex. Recent studies have highlighted the positive impact of vibrators on a woman's sexual response. Women who regularly use vibrators for masturbation often report an increased ability to reach orgasm more quickly during partnered sex. Why is this? The use of a vibrator helps a woman to become more intimately acquainted with her own body and its unique pathways to pleasure. It's a form of self-education. She learns what type of stimulation works best for her, how much pressure she prefers, and the specific rhythms that lead to arousal and climax. This self-knowledge is then something she can communicate to a partner, or her body simply becomes more conditioned to respond to effective stimulation, making the journey to orgasm a more efficient and reliable one. In an age of dating apps and more fluid social connections, the idea of the casual encounter has become more mainstream. And with this comes a level of preparedness. One interesting statistic from the United States reveals that about 20% of single women carry condoms with them, just in case they find themselves in a situation with a handsome and appealing man. This isn't a sign of promiscuity, but rather of sexual agency and responsibility. It reflects a modern woman who is in control of her own sexuality and her own health. She is not passively waiting for a man to take the lead, but is an active participant in her own life, prepared for whatever possibilities may arise. Of course, intimacy is not just about the physical act itself, it's about the entire sensory experience. A revealing study on what women find arousing discovered that for the majority, specifically 7 out of 10 women, the combination of physical and verbal intimacy is incredibly potent. They reported that it is highly exciting when a man hugs them, caresses them, and whispers things in their ear during a sexual encounter. This speaks to the holistic nature of female arousal. The feeling of being held and desired, combined with the intimacy of a whisper, creates a multi-layered experience that is both emotionally reassuring and physically thrilling. It's a reminder that for many women, the most powerful erogenous zone is the mind, and words are a direct key to unlocking it. Finally, as women journey through life, their sexuality continues to evolve and change. A particularly interesting finding is that after the age of 40, some women report becoming more open to exploring different types of sexual activity, including anal sex. There are several potential reasons for this. For one, by this stage of life, many women have a greater sense of self-confidence and are less concerned with societal judgments. They have a better understanding of their own bodies and are often in long-term, trusting relationships where communication about desires is easier. Additionally, with the end of their childbearing years, the pressure of procreation is removed, which can free them up to explore sex purely for pleasure and connection. It's a powerful example of how female sexuality is not static, but a dynamic and ever-unfolding aspect of a woman's life. So, what have we learned today? We've journeyed through the incredible speed at which a woman can assess a potential partner, seeing how a deep emotional connection can amplify pleasure by a remarkable 79%. We've uncovered the fascinating paradox of personality, where the shy may become bold and the bold may become shy in the intimate sanctuary of the bedroom. We've touched on the holistic nature of female pleasure, where every kiss, every touch, and every whispered word contributes to a beautiful and complex symphony of arousal. The female mind is not a simple riddle to be solved, but a vast and intricate world to be explored with curiosity and respect. The facts we've discussed are not meant to be rigid rules that apply to every woman, because individuality is, of course, the most important psychological fact of all. Every woman is a unique combination of her biology, her experiences, and her personal desires. The true value of insights like these is not to generalize, but to foster a deeper sense of empathy and understanding. They remind us that there is always more to learn about one another and about ourselves. The journey to understanding is a continuous one, and every new piece of knowledge helps to build stronger, more compassionate, and more fulfilling connections. We're curious to know, which of these psychological facts surprised you the most? Was there anything that resonated with your own experiences or completely changed your perspective? Share your thoughts in the comments section below. We'd love to hear from you. If you found this exploration into the female mind as fascinating as we did, please show your support by giving this video a thumbs up. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel and hit the notification bell for more deep dives into the psychology of human behavior. Thank you for joining us, and we'll see you in the next video.